Good day and welcome to another edition of Citizens Movement Radio News. Today is Thursday, the 17th of April 2025. I am Lenton Mwanaka, ready to bring you the latest news and updates. Today's headlines on Citizens Movement Radio News. President Chamisa's Ali Chief's death after accident. Outcry over arrest of protesting UZ lecturers. Opposition condemns arrest of UZ lecturers. Now let's delve into the detailed stories. President Nelson Chamisa Ali Eric Gono yesterday escaped death by a whisker after he was involved in a road accident in Bulawayo. The former Lobengula Magwegbo legislator said his car was hit by a Zesa truck which lost its brakes after hitting potholes. Gono said most roads in Bulawayo have become death traps due to neglect by the ZANU-PF government. Gono said,
I'm lucky to be alive after surviving an accident yesterday where a Zesa truck trying to avoid potholes hit my vehicle from the back. This is a result of the poor roads that we see in and around the city. The Ministry of Transport and Infrastructure and the ZINARA, they are busy looting funds that are supposed to be used to rehabilitate these roads. And what I experienced yesterday firsthand was the direct effects of the failure by government to maintain infrastructure. The Zesa driver is also lucky to be alive, but with some serious injuries after his vehicle rammed through potholes and he lost control. So it's a complete disaster if this thing is not attended to. Many people are going to lose their lives, especially during these holidays, due to the poor infrastructure of our roads.
There is a public outcry following the arrest of 3 trade unionists and University of Zimbabwe UZ lecturers by the police for picketing at the tertiary institution. The trio, who are Boniface Makorera, Desmond Ndedzu, and Obvious Vengei, are part of the university's lecturers who have downed tools citing poor remuneration. Veteran trade unionists Obed Masaraure condemned the arrest, saying it is a violation of their rights. Masaraure said,
the arrest of the 3 comrades from the University of Zimbabwe is another reminder that Zimbabwe is not yet independent. Why on earth would Emerson Mnangagwa and this government choose to arrest lecturers who are simply demanding that their salaries be reviewed? They are simply demanding the restoration of their pre-October 2018 salaries. It is Emerson who slashed the salaries from over $2,000 for lecturers to just $243. And these are the lecturers who are teaching our doctors, our engineers, everyone. But they're earning $243 per month. They have every reason to be angry. They went through all the legal processes. They notified the police, even though they should not be notifying the police because trade unions are exempt from MOPA. But they did the courtesy of even notifying the police. They went a step further and even notified the investor authorities. They've done anything which is written in the books and even outside the books to ensure that they conduct themselves in a manner that is above the legal provisions of this republic. And now Emerson rewards them by arresting them. We condemn that arrest and we demand their agent release, and we are calling upon all the workers across the country to say this is the time to unite and fight for a fair wage. The employers, the bosses are not going to just give us fair wages without giving a fight. This should be the Chinhoyi of 1996, where only nurses from Chinhoyi Hospital walked away from work and they were joined by the rest of the nation. And we know that at the end of the day, the government had to give concessions. And now this is the time to engage in collective job actions across the whole nation. The fire of job actions should spread across the country. Emerson and his government should realize that this country can be ungovernable if the workers are not happy. We demand the urgent release of the 3 comrades. If they fail to release them within the next 24 hours, we are going to be escalating the fight for their release.
Meanwhile, Opposition Chief Administrator Senator Jameson Timber has condemned the arrest of UZ lecturers and demanded that the administration address their concerns. Senator Timber said the lecturers deserve decent salaries, not punishment for raising their concerns to the employer. He said the regime must arrest corruption that is bleeding the country instead of citizens demanding their rights. Let's hear Senator Timber speaking.
Zimbabwe authorities yesterday caused the arrest of lecturers who were protesting against low salaries. This is a new law for this regime. You cannot arrest lecturers, university lecturers, because they are demanding the restoration of their dignity through decent salaries. This is totally unacceptable. What the regime should be arresting is the corruption by the ruling elite and its cartels, which has bled this country to its knees. That's what should be arrested, not arresting educators.
A Bulawayo cleric, Prophet Ian Ndlovu of Divine Kingdom Baptist Ministries, and his wife are under fire for receiving luxurious cars from the corrupt businessman Wikino Chivayo. Ndlovu and his wife are being castigated by citizens for accepting proceeds of corruption at a time when the country's health sector is in a dire state. The gesture to give clerics cars by Chivayo is seen as an attempt to silence the church from speaking against corruption and Agenda 2030. We spoke to our CMR panelists to hear their thoughts on this controversial matter.
Maswera sei vana veZimbabwe, maswera sei kwese kwamungadai muri pamazuva ranhasi rakadai. Ndoda kuti tikurukure panhau yava Chivayo vakapa mufundisi Ndlovu motikari nemukadzi wavo. Ndoda kuti nditende kazhinji kune church iyo inonzi Divine Kingdom Baptist. Toda kutendai vatendi, toda kutendai nedanho ramatora iroro kuti hamuna kufara nekupiwa kwakaitwa motikari mufundisi wenyu waNdlovu neadzimai vavo. Ichokwadi, dai makatakadaro vana veZimbabwe tirakidze kutsamwa kwedu kuvakuru vakuru vemakereke vari kuita zveuori, vari kugamuchidzwa motikari navaChivayo dzinonzi motikari dzemahara. Apa hapana Mwari kuti Mwari andinzwa, hakuna pano kunzi Mwari andinzwa, nokuti vafundisi vane dambudziko. Dambudziko ravo nderokuti kana vakapuwa chinhu chemahara anongoti Mwari vandirangarira. Muri kurangarirwa sei icho muchiziva kuti mota idzi dziri kubiwa, mamota idzi dziri kutengwa nemari yekubiwa? Ndiani chaiyo pano kana kunyika kune nyika dzakabudirira kuvarungu, kunana Europe kwese, kunana America kwesoko? Ndiani kana even anonzi billionaire akapa murungu akapa motikari mahara? Ndeipi nyika iyi? Kana even muno South Africa chaimu munowana nemari, ndio papi pamakanzwa kuti he billionaire akapa vanhu motikari mahara, ndepapi? Even kuna Canada, Australia, tudzei varungu vari kupa vanhu mahara. But muZimbabwe mune poverty iri kusemesa, ndo mune munhu ari kupa vanhu motikari mahara. Zvipatara zvisina mushonga, maticha asingabhadharwe, masoja asingabhadharwe, manesi asingabhadharwe, mari inovagutsa. Vanhu vachisungwa, innocent people vari kusungwa vachinzi muri kutaura nyaya dzeuori. Asi ndo mamuri kuti muno muZimbabwe muno munhu anopa vanhu motikari mahara. Imbozvibvunzai imimi vafundisi kuti zvinoitika here izvozvo? NdeMwari upi yamuri kunamata imimi? Muri kunamata Mwari upi? Kana ari Mwari andinoziva ine haadaro, muri kunamata Mwari akaita sei? Mwari wenyu iyeyo yamuri kunamata ari kuita kuti mugamuchidzwe umbavha, ende muziva kuti brat shit wako Mwari wenyu iyeyo Mwari wenyu amuri kuti Mwari wandikombora ndapuwa motikari, ende muziva kuti brat shit. Asi Mwari iyeyo hakuna kuita utsinye kuvana veZimbabwe, muchibira nyika, muchiuraya nyika. Iko zvinezvi kuzvipatara hakuna mishonga, iko zvinezvi marodzi haasi kugadzirwa, magetsi hakuna kunyika, but muri kuita corruption naChivayo. Sei vanhu vaZimbabwe takapusa zvakadai so? Sei takapusa zvakadai? Yava nguva yekuti vana veZimbabwe let's organize ourselves, timire whether vari kuda kuuraya, whether uda nyika yese Zimbabwe haingafe just because of one person. Hatingaurayi nemunhu one. Izvozvo zvona munangagwa kuita corruption nemhuri nevazukuru asi tiri kungoti hameni maZimbabwe are just quiet. Tiri kungonyarara so. But you are suffering kudzimwe nyika. We are suffering kunana UK. Each and every person in Zimbabwe is busy applying passport to go outside the country. Why tiri kubude munyika medu? Let's fight. Zimbabwe haisi Zimbabwe yemunhu one. Zimbabwe ndeye munhu vese. Zimbabwe is about people of Zimbabwe, not for one person. Arikiwana kupi mari chivhayo. Munhu asingambovestigate kune police kuti da kuvestigate mari dzako uri kudziwana kupi. Kana ainvestigate aone vakachena zvinhu zvezvikana nyika kuti no murume uyu akachena haasita corruption. Why mapurisa asi kuvestigate this person? Thank you very much.
With Easter holidays set to begin tomorrow, most citizens will find it difficult to travel to their rural homes due to economic hardships. Some of the citizens who spoke to Citizens Movement Radio News said they will not even travel to church gatherings as they are finding it difficult to put food on the table in their homes. Let's hear one of the citizens speaking.
Haisuse vagari vangoriwo mumastreets vangori ordinary vagara vasina mabasa sekuti hakuna mabasa acho taomerwa this time. Kare taiziva kuti vabereki vedu taitongokwidzwa kana mabhazi toenda kunotandarana nagogo kumusha uku. Izvo zvatisati vazive machembero edu kumusha uku ndaa unenge usina mari yekutoti udye mumba. Mvura chaiyo unenge uchitenga wabva kutsvaga mari yehufu wotenga mvura ungazowana mari yekuenda kuEaster. Mangwana eGood Friday tingadai takatotanga kutravela nhasi kana nezuro takatenga magurosari. Asi varume vatikanya zvisingaiti vagara vari kutikanya asi zvazonyanyisa this time. Hapasina kana chatokwanisa kuita tango zvimazombi chatongokwanisa kungotsvaga mari yemusombodhiya tongoparara zvedu nenhamo dzedu tirimo mastreets imomo. Dai pawanikwa zvimwewo zvinokwanisa kuti vanhu havamboti vatiregererewo kana takavatadzira stereki ndaa tazonyanya kuomerwa this time.
The late citizens preacher Pastor Cassius Chiro-Odza was buried today at the Silver Bowl Cemetery in Rusape. The popular preacher was given a huge send-off by citizens whom he helped throughout his glorious career and for how he helped spread the word of unity under the leadership of President Nelson Chamisa. Let's hear more about Pastor Chiro-Odza's work from Concentrary Legislator Honorable Patrick Sagandira.
Tinotenda tarasikirwa zvikuru mhuri yeZimbabwe chituo nematambudziko kuna Advocate Nelson Chamisa vanova vakauya kuMakoni Central vakavagadza kuti vave pastor muno muMakoni Central. Tikafamba navo vari mutungamiri wechaplains. Unoziziva kuti mutungamiri wedu mutungamiri anoziva Mwari anofamba nevatungamiri vechechi. So ndo vaitungamira muno, ndo vai-coordinator mabasa ese ane chekuita ne-strategy ine mutungamiri wedu Advocate Chamisa vari ku the spiritual side. Saka nhasi uno it's a great loss to the nation, it's a great loss even to Makoni Central nokuti munhu atanga takamira naye zvikuru uye munhu aititorera mashoko kubva kuvakuru achitiudza kuti direction yedu yakamira sei. Ndofunga mese munoziva kuti Advocate Chamisa wakati God is in it. Ndo donzo kana kuti ndo muono wanga uripo wavanga vachifamba nawo kuti God is in it. Saka vaifambawo kuno vachitaurira kuti zvinomborevei kuti God is in it. Tanga taakuona mabasa anga akuitwa nedirection inoreva kuti God is in it. Saka nhasi uno it marks a very difficult time for us kuti tarasikirwa nemunhu anga akatora muono nevision yaAdvocate Nelson Chamisa Mazvita.
Pro-democracy activist and ex-political prisoner Makomborero Haruzivishe has called for the government to compensate 200,000 black farm workers who lost their jobs during the land reform program. Haruzivishe said the recent move by the government to compensate only white farmers who lost their land is counter-revolutionary and discriminatory. The government is set to pay a total of $311 million United States dollars to former white commercial farmers. Today marks exactly 52 days of pre-trial detention for journalist Blaise Muhlanga, who was denied bail by both the magistrate courts and the High Court. Muhlanga was arrested following interviews with war veteran Blaise Geza, who tore into Emerson Mnangagwa for corruption. Muhlanga is facing trumped-up charges of transmitting messages with intent to incite public violence. Embarrassing images of Egokwe Stadium, where Independence Day celebrations are set to be held tomorrow, are doing the rounds on social media. Former Mount Pleasant Member of Parliament Fadzai Mahere said the Nembudzia Stadium is an embarrassment to a nation celebrating 45 years of independence. Mahere also said the money meant for refurbishment of the stadium might have been looted by ZANU-PF officials. Let's take a look at our sports news. Arsenal stormed into semi-finals of UEFA Champions League for the third time in their history after knocking Real Madrid 5-1 on aggregate. The Gunners beat Madrid 2-1 last night after winning 3-0 in the first leg. Inter Milan also booked their spot after their 2-2 draw with Bayern Munich last night to win the tie 4-3 on aggregate. In an English Premier League match played last night, Newcastle United walloped Crystal Palace 5-0 in a match played at St James Park. Newcastle scored their goals through Jacob Murphy, Harvey Barnes, Fabian Schär, Alexandra Isaki, and an own goal from Maki Gehi. The result leaves Newcastle on third place with only 6 games to play. To conclude our Citizens Movement Radio News, here are the headlines once more. President Chamisa's Ali cheats death after accident. Outcry over arrest of protesting UZ lecturers. Opposition condemns arrest of UZ lecturers.